IASIS Baseball 2019. The final two teams, the Manila Bearcats and the ISP Panthers, facing off here at Rice Field.
Are we on sound yet?
Team lineups. Starting with the Manila Bearcats. Freshman from Canada, number 20, Jake Poternak. Freshman, number 19, from Japan, Koki Akita. Sophomore, number 0, from the Philippines, Emilio Tambunting. Sophomore, number 10, from India, Abhinav Patel. Sophomore, number 13, from the USA, Philip Atkinson. Junior, number 2, from the Philippines, Joaquin Jimenez. Junior, number 5, from the Philippines, Patrick Peterson. Junior, number 7, from the USA, James Foster. Junior, number 8, from the Philippines, Miguel Garcia. Senior, number 3, from the Philippines, Antonio Zamora. Senior, number 99, from the Philippines, Honte Yulo. And lastly, senior, number 18, captain from Japan, Naoki Akita. The coaches, Edgar De Los Reyes, Zach Thibodeau, and Justin Zialcita. Now introducing the reigning IASIS Gold champions. Sophomore, number 2, from the USA, Jack Burnett. Introducing sophomore, number 1, Wataru Fuji from Japan. Introducing junior, number 14, from Korea, Junior, number 3, from Japan, Akio Ikigami. Introducing junior, number 15, from the USA, Julian John. Introducing junior, number 22, from the USA, Caden Bernard. Introducing junior, number 32, from the USA, Lucas Wilson. Introducing senior, number 6, from the USA, RJ O'Connell. Introducing senior captain, number 9, from the USA, Steve Taft. Introducing senior, number 11, from the USA, Trent Sizlowski. Introducing senior captain, number 20, from the USA, Alex Holsby. Introducing head coach, Joel Palanov. Introducing coach, Zach Wade. Introducing coach, Josh Schaefer.
and welcome to Bangkok, Thailand. We're here for the Boys Championship Baseball for the IASIS 2019 Baseball Championships. Thank you for joining us. Today's matchup is the ISM Bearcats as the visitors against the home team, International School Bangkok Panthers. Interestingly, the last time a final was played on this field was 3 years ago in 2016 when the final boys slow pitch softball tournament was played. These two teams faced each other then, and now in 2019 in the third annual IASIS Baseball Championships, we've got Manila Bearcats versus Bangkok Panthers one more time. This time the Bearcats will be the visitors and ISB the home team. My name's Dennis Harder. I'm joined here by Eric Burnett, and we'll be talking you through today's championship final.
I'd like to welcome you all to Reinsch Field, and as this tournament's played out, we're right in the beginning of our Songkran Festival, which couldn't come sooner because we have been dealing with temperatures in excess of 100 degrees every single day. Add that to the turf temperature, it could be 110, 120 degrees out there for the guys. So this has truly been a survival the last few days, which brings us to two schools that are quite used to having hot heats. I'm pretty sure their entire season is played on fields in which the temperature never gets below 90. So fortunately, we're now it's about 6 o'clock, and temperature has dropped 20 degrees. We got a wily crowd behind us of Manila and Sakak, Singapore, and also all the other schools are showing up.
All right, so we're just about to get started. On the mound for the Panthers today, sophomore Wataru Fuji. And coming up to the plate and leading off, freshman for the Bearcats, Koki Akita, the catcher. The rest of the lineup for the Bearcats goes Mikey Garcia, second baseman, shortstop Naoki Akita, followed by first baseman James Coster, pitcher Jake Paternak, the designated hitter Honte Yulo, and here we go for the first pitch. Fuji in with the first pitch, and that's right up the middle for a strike. So Akita takes the first swing strike, or first pitch strike, and Fuji demonstrating he's here to play. Second pitch in and right up the middle again. So Fuji up early, sophomore, kept his innings down this tournament so that he could pitch in this game, and it's showing right now where he's got some real heat behind those fastballs. The delivery. Little breaking ball. Keto gets a piece of it, but that looks like a can of corn for Bernard.
Kaden Bernard's been out in center field all tournament and basically patrolling those grounds. You'll see that he can pretty much reach anything. He is a three-sport athlete from volleyball to basketball to baseball, so if you've been anywhere in the ISS world the last 3 seasons, you've seen his name littered in lineup cards across.
So one down brings up Mikey Garcia, the second baseman. Just high.
For those of you getting that view from center field, you will notice that oftentimes these umpires are calling the low and outside pitches, so pretty soon the players will adjust to that. At this point, they pretty much know those will be called.
Fuji with the 1-0 delivery. And big cut by Garcia, fouled off to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. Garcia pitched earlier this morning against the KL in the meaningless last round robin game. Pitched a great 2 innings, 6 up, 6 down. Now he's playing second base.
Keep an ear on the stands for the various softball cheers. These girls come animated for the entire game and are nonstop. Very impressive. They change the energy of the entire group.
Oh, that's grooved down there, and a high fly ball into the right field foul territory. Out of play. O'Connell playing right field, tracked it, but yeah, out of play. So Fuji up early on Garcia. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Fuji into the windup. And just high up by the chin. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Miguel.
Defense for the Panthers. Fuji at the mound and Ikegami playing catcher. We'll give you the rest of the infield in a second. Breaking ball gets Garcia. Nice pitch by Fuji. Now the senior Akita, Naoki Akita, shortstop, comes in batting third. In the infield for the Panthers, we've got Paps at first, Kim at second, Wilson at third, and Pant, the freshman, at shortstop. And it's a high fly ball to right center. O'Connell is there. He's calling it. He's tracking it and overplays it. And O'Connell, error in right field. Overran it, maybe took his eyes off it right at the end. O'Connell having a great tournament so far this IASIS, but that time misjudged it, maybe a little overexcited.
Naoki Okita came into the game batting .692. That sounds more like a softball batting average than a baseball batting average. And there's a few guys that are in the 600-700s, but that is a rarity that you're going to see this level.
Seeing some big averages from a few players in this tournament. All right, so junior James Coster now, the first baseman, up to the plate. Score that an error on the right fielder for Akito.
What do you pay attention to the balls to the outfield is this is for the first time a lot of these guys are playing in the evening hours. And right now we got the lights on, but it's that, again, you might be going through 3 different phases of light as that ball's up in the air. So we got to give them a little break as they adjust their eyes the next half an hour or so.
Great outside pitch, gets Coster swinging. Akito not even thinking about stealing. Ikegami known for his arm from behind the plate. So 2 down, 2 strikes, no balls on Coster.
James Coster has 1 walk for the tournament.
Fuji comes high, doesn't get Coster to reach.
There's a chance that Coster will be looking to swing. So he does come in with only 1 walk in the tournament out of 17 at bats. So this guy's coming, he's aggressive batter. He's taking some hacks.
Fuji goes back to first, Akito back in time. And Akito's right back to his lead. He's got a big one. He's going to think to go here with 2 strikes and 2 outs. And Fuji delivers. Akito doesn't go. Nice stop by Ikegami. And Akito stays put at first base. So that's 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Still 2 outs and only a runner on first. Coster now. Fuji's going to have to come to him soon.
And the catcher Akio has played 5 games, all but 2 innings behind the plate, so it's pretty impressive in that kind of heat. So, and you'll see him diving all around. This gentleman is 1 tough.
Oh, breaking ball, foul tipped by Coster. Whoa, it just barely hung on to that. Nice breaker there by Fuji. Akito was going on that one, but has to come back to first on the foul tip.
Looks like there's no reset on the signs from third base, so either the coach has a player or just the same sign continues, or there's nothing happening right now.
Nope, he's going to hold up, and he gets him looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Fuji, and it's 4 up, 3 down. No score for the Bearcats as we head into the bottom of the first. Panthers yet to bat.
Game Wataru is one of the more animated persons on the field. You'll see that he brings that energy and tries to pump up his guys.
All right, here we go in the bottom of the first inning. Leading off for the Bangkok Panthers, Caden Bernard. On deck, Lucas Wilson, followed by Wataru Fuji in the hole. The rest of the lineup goes Paps, Pant, Julian John, Ikegami, the right fielder R.J. O'Connell, and batting ninth Yunho Kim. So Bernard steps up to the plate against the freshman pitcher Jake Potternack. Potternack with the first pitch, comes in with a breaking ball, and Bernard all over that and pulls it way left by the third base dugout.
If you go ahead and take a moment and really look closely up into those red shelved plates up there on the roof, you'll see a few dents where Mr. Bernard has deposited a few balls in his practice here, so he's looking for a fastball down the middle at this point.
And big
and that's
swing by
fastball right there.
Bernard. That's going to the deep corner. That's deep. That's one bounce off the fence. Bernard's going two. He looks like he might look at three. Nope, holds up at second. Long double by Caden Bernard to lead off the inning for the Panthers.
Caden's a non-traditional number 3 hitter. Basically, it's to ensure he gets his pitch to as frequently as possible. He's got the highest slugging percentage and OPS on the team, but really, when you put him down 3, 4, 5, he's not going to see too many pitches. Already leads the tournament intentional walks, and they want to make sure he gets as many at-bats as possible because he does hit the ball very, very far.
Yeah, I think the Panthers trying to do as much as they can to protect him from a lot of intentional walks. He often can have at-bats where he doesn't get many looks at pitches. You know something about that, Mr. Burnett.
Unfortunately, I have a memory that goes back 7.2 years, so I have a memory for that one Thursday. Yes, that is correct.
All right, so junior Lucas Wilson comes to the plate. Bernard on second. Bernard's quite a good base runner, so he's going to take a big lead, and they're not even trying to hold him. He can take as much as he wants there. Nice pitch by Potternack, and strike one on Lucas Wilson.
To be honest, if Caden gets on first, it's basically a triple. If he gets on second, it's basically a triple. Because this gentleman, he steals automatically. You might wait one pitch, but I get a feeling he's going to be at third really quickly.
Bernard takes a big lead again, and Wilson takes a stride but doesn't swing, and that's another called strike. So 0-2 right away to Wilson, and Potternack looking good. Potternack, the freshman, starting on the championship final, shows he's ready to play today. Potternack comes with the breaker way outside. Tried to get Wilson fishing.
And you'll find Coach Joel is not afraid to be a little bit unorthodox in his choices. We'll be putting a lot of signs on, has kids taking a lot. He has them bunting with 2 strikes, things that you might not see too often, so prepare for anything.
High, ball 2.
All we had right there is a nod from Coach Joel to Caden. That might actually be for Caden to sign that he can steal.
Okay, they're going to hold him now. Shortstop covering. Bernard is back. No throw from Potternack. Bernard's the kind of runner that just gives pitchers fits. They're constantly worried about him, and that helps the batter out a lot. And Bernard goes. Throw comes down to third. Bernard in easily. Overthrow, and that looks like it might go out of play. It does go out of play, and that is a run then on
Ooh, that's
Bernard.
going to be a tough one for the other team to handle because
stolen base that forces the error, and that's a unearned run for Potternack, and Bernard, self-manufactured run for Bernard.
one of the quirks of this field is you get this little open area over there in which there's a plastic pyramid triangle thing. That ball is happy to get under. Anywhere else, that ball bounces back onto the field, but
like
the baseball gods wanted a run scored.
All right, so Wilson with a full count. Potternack now facing him with nobody on. Good pitch and right up the middle. So Wilson doesn't take a swing and with a full count strikes out looking.
Take a good idea. Wateroo's up right now, and if Wateroo spins himself around to 360 or 720, he's a little bit amped. He has been known to swing out of his shoes. Let's see what he does his first pitch. Looks like he's in control.
So the pitcher Fuji now takes a first strike pitch. Potternack looking good in the first inning, but Panthers on the board with one, thanks to Caden Bernard. Oh, Fuji just wildly swinging at that one, and Potternack's got all the pitches flying today. So nobody on, one out, 2 strikes on Fuji. No, just outside. We've seen that ball called a strike a few times this tournament.
I gotta believe if you got 2 strikes on that in the future, you might be a little more aggressive because that's you don't want to put that in the hands of the umpire.
Nope. Potternack throws the breaker. Oh, just breaks around the inside and just misses. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Potternack looks like a seasoned senior. Has this guy been in the ISS for 4 years, the way he's throwing?
Yeah, he looks like it, but no, the freshman, he's going to be dangerous for years to come. Potternack now with the 2-2 delivery just outside. And Fuji with nerves of steel there. I don't know how he's letting these go. So I think that takes us to a full count. Maybe it's just 2-2. Scoreboard says 2-2. I thought he'd seen a couple already, but here we go. That's right outside, and it was a full count. So Fuji takes the walk after being down 0-2. 4 straight balls from Paternak, and Fuji on first base with a walk.
Let's go to keep an eye on that. If the umpires do rotate throughout the tournament, if that turns out to be the way things work, where that is a fairly narrow strike zone, this is going to be a little bit different game than what we've seen.
And Jack Burnett coming in to run. So one of the rules in the IASIS is that the pitcher and the catcher, to minimize their workload, can get a courtesy runner at any time. So Burnett in for Fuji, but not as a substitute, just as a courtesy runner. Burnett now on first, staying on the base, waiting for Paternak to set. Paternak sets, and Burnett takes a small lead. Paternak takes a look, goes into his motion. Burnett leans off a little bit more, and high to Paps. Nice big secondary lead from Burnett, just daring Akita to make the throw. So the battery for the Bearcats, freshman to freshman here, with Paternak throwing to Koki Akita, the freshman catcher for the Bearcats. Burnett now with a healthy lead, and he's back in time. Paternak getting a little worried about him.
Really, when you come in as a courtesy runner, or really any kind of on base, if you could just make the pitcher think a little bit more, you have a chance of getting him outside the zone. Anytime you get a pitcher out of his comfort zone, especially with this crowd making noise, it's in your favor.
Big cut by Paps. Nowhere near it. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Absolutely right, Eric. Jack's in there just to get in Jake Paternak's head right now. So Burnett with a lead. Paternak goes into the stretch. The delivery's just outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I got to tell you, I'm really surprised that these are not even being called strikes. These have been called strikes all week long. So as long as they're consistent of the game, the pitchers will adjust, the batters will adjust, and within an inning we'll be raring to go and probably seeing those being laid off of a lot more throughout the game.
Oh, that's a big shot up the middle. Could be 2. Akita with 1 and unassisted 2. So nice play by Naoki Akita, the senior shortstop for the Bearcats, and he turns 2 and gets the Bearcats out of the inning. So Panthers score 1 off of a double by Caden Bernard and a stolen base and error on the third baseman. After 1, it's 1-0 Panthers.
You will notice between innings we sound off for a little bit and we go quiet. Just that is because we want to make sure we don't break any YouTube copyright infringements, because that's what we're throwing the music on. The crowd gets a little wily and Riley, and so just make sure that's why we're going quiet. What's up here, Mr. Harder?
So to start the second inning, pitcher versus pitcher, Fuji pitching to Paternak. Paternak right back to Fuji. It's all pitchers all the time here, and a little toss over to Paps, and first out of the inning for the Panthers.
As you can tell by Wateroo, he's got a little bit extra little sizzle in the fizzle there as he makes the play. Some coaches like you to make the play right away and throw it there. Wateroo likes to make everyone pause a little bit and be entertained.
A little more of a statement. So Hante Yulo, the designated hitter, up to bat for the Bearcats. Designated hitter batting in place of the right fielder, Joaquin Jimenez. So just inside to Yulo, and ball 1. Tries to break it, but it hangs and stays too high. So 2 balls, no strikes. Fuji tips the hat in a classic Japanese tradition anytime a ball goes near the batter. Certainly not an intentional throw at him. The breaking ball just didn't break. So 2-0 to Yulo. Fuji goes into the motion. Oh, low at the knees, but called too low, and that's a 3-0. Fuji wanted that one.
Yulo sporting the rare number 99 number. He comes in with a 333 batting average. He has got 3 RBIs already after a couple hits.
That's a right up the middle strike. Certainly Yulo had the sign to take there, but yeah, you think Yulo's a Wayne Gretzky fan?
There's a chance that that's the case, but it might be alternate motivations. I'm going to go with my answer is probably the correct one.
And Fuji shakes off a couple signs, now comes in, wants to bring the heat, I think. No, throws the breaker, stays high, and ball 4. So thought he could snap that curveball in, but couldn't, and Yulo with a 5-pitch walk.
So Patrick Peterson, definitely a defensive specialist, comes in and he's been roaming the field quite effectively all tournament long.
And right back, Fuji comes with the heat and throws strike 1. Peterson's got some quick legs, though, so infield's got to be quick if they're going to turn 2 here. Fuji now from the stretch. Bunt by Peterson, and that'll spin foul down off the third base line.
That is something about this field, is that because it is a turf infield, anytime you put any kind of spin on it at all, it will spin out of the way. There's no grass, there's no dirt to kind of take away the spin. So that is an advantage to the home team, who's been seeing that for about 3 months.
Yeah, that's a great point, Eric. Some of these teams coming from grass fields and maybe used to playing a little bit more small ball doesn't work as well here on the turf. Oh, just tries to slap at it. Little hit for contact there from Peterson, but foul down the first base side.
Speaking of slap out, Patrick is a tough out striking out. He's going to put the ball in play, though he comes with a 2-3 batting average. That's only 1 strikeout, so he does put bat on ball.
Peterson often relying on his speed to get on. He's got a few. He had an infield single earlier this morning. Another one, slaps it back to Fuji at pitcher. He's going to have to go to first. Yulo scooped up by Paps, maybe a little rush by Fuji, and Yulo makes it over to second base. So similar to a sacrifice bunt, Peterson able to advance the runner to second.
That's one of those plays where the pitcher might have just wanted to take 1 step and go straight over, because it does cause a bit of anxiety and when you have to rush that throw at the end. But that is something that you gradually get to know as you play more baseball.
Fuji brings the heat to Atkinson, the left fielder. Atkinson, the lefty, fouls it off. So quickly up 1 strike on Philip Atkinson.
They are playing Atkinson to pull, so Julian Johns is about 100 feet away from the left field line. With Waterloo's speed, sometimes you've seen batters throughout this tournament go opposite field, but maybe they've scouted Atkinson and think that he's actually going to pull it.
Yeah, with Fuji's heat, you worry that maybe Atkinson could just be behind the ball and put it down the left field line. That is a huge gap over there. Yulo with a big lead at second. And there's the piece we were just talking about. Atkinson a little bit behind it, and sure enough puts it down the third base line. Thankfully, sliced foul. But John's going to have to keep an eye on the line. This is the number 8 batter for the Bearcats, so unlikely he's going to get around on Fuji. Yulo with a big lead, nobody holding him on. Fuji comes high, off the glove of Ikegami, but settled, and Yulo, not known for his stolen bases, decides to hold at second. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. He's going to go on contact, but Yulo may not be able to score unless it finds a gap in the outfield.
Another thing, when you are in the 8 and the 9 batter slot, you kind of want to make sure you don't run that guy out, so that you start off with the 8-9 slot to lead off the next inning. So ideally you want to make sure that the batter has to prove himself so that we can flip the lineup as quickly as possible, get back to the top of the lineup.
Yeah, great point. All right, so the count 2-2 now, 2 outs in the second inning here. Man on second base. Pant staying close as the shortstop. Now he's going to drift back over to the hole. Big hole between third and short, and fouled off. Atkinson a little bit late again, but still making contact. I don't need it, so you want to yours? What? No, it's CJ. So count still 2-2. 2 outs, man on second base in the second. All kinds of twos this inning. Here we go. Here comes the delivery from Fuji. Throws the breaking ball and gets Atkinson looking. So Fuji ends the second the same way he ended the first, with a strikeout looking, and they get out of the inning. Again, no score, no hits, no errors. All right, here we are at the bottom of the second. Shortstop Milan Pant, the freshman, up to face the freshman Jake Potternack. And first pitch swing by Pant and fouls it off out of play.
Milan Pant, the rare freshman who takes such a leadership role in this team, actually is a starting shortstop for the ISC Panthers, as well as has pitched some critical innings. He's right in the middle of the lineup. He's been counted on. Those who have seen him on travel ball for years has known that this is a guy you can count on.
And fouls off the second one. Potternack coming with the heat. So just for those of you joining us, I asked this baseball rules a little bit different than some rules you may be used to. This is going to be a 6-inning game. 6 innings. No time limit in the championship game, but 6 innings will be played. Oh, just inside. Pant with nerves of steel there, letting that one go.
I gotta say, I saw some of the catcher there. You might want to reconsider doing. The ball was called a ball, and the catcher quickly turned his head owl-like, as if 180 degrees, stared at the umpire. Umpires don't take too fondly to that kind of being shown up.
Oh, hit by pitch. Glances off the shoulder of Pant. Breaking ball didn't break fast enough, and Pant takes the hit by pitch. So down 0-2 in the count. Kind of a lucky break there, and gets a leadoff base runner.
You got to give some of that credit to that hit by pitch to practice a couple weeks ago called Wear It, in which they actually showed how to take the pitch without injuring any prominent body parts. The left shoulder at this age is pretty muscular, and that does not hurt anyone on this team.
So now the left fielder Julian John comes to the plate. Lefty batter. Loves to lay down the bunt, and he's quick. Plays the third base. That throw is not in time. And Milan and Pant is going for third. He's down for the slide. Safe and under the tag. And now John having to think about second. And no, great hustle and base running by Julian John to lay down the bunt down the third baseline, and then Pant to take 2 bases on a bunt in the infield.
What makes it any more impressive is Julian John has been scouted all tournament. Everyone knows he's doing that. The third base was in good 10 feet, and he still was able to make it safe. Julian's got that incredible speed. He's ranging all over left field, and he pulls that out. You cannot stop this guy.
What a great bunt right down the third base line, just giving John all kinds of time as a lefty to get over to first. So the call was safe at first. Manila coach just wanted to double check on that. Pant with a great hustle for the extra bag there. So runners on the corners, no outs, and the catcher Akio Ikegami to the plate.
A very good chance these two coaches have squared off at some point over the years. It seems like both of them take an active role in making sure that the teams both know that they're there and that they're watching the game closely.
Just outside, and John takes second base without any resistance. The
You see on
Bearcats
that,
unwilling to make the throw and let Pant score from third.
When you get that first, third runners on base, you got three choices basically. Throw it through, throw it to the second base, and do the fake throw. Aside from Akio, pretty much every team right now is just doing the fake throw. So we'll see if that changes throughout the game. Akio will gun it down. He's not afraid. He trusts his shortstop to get it back to if necessary.
Great breaking ball from Paternak. Catches the inside corner, and that's 1-1 now to Ikegami.
Paternak actually, his father, Brian Paternak, runs Bullpen Philippines out of one of the feeder programs that helps out these kids. 4 or 5 kids are actually currently playing for varsity. Have actually at some point in time been in the Paternak baseball community. So I think none of these sports teams at the varsity level are able to be successful without some sort of feeder program moving into them. That's why Manila, Singapore American School, and ISB are usually successful.
And a little breaking ball hangs. They're coming home with it. He's got to tag him, and he loses the ball at home. Pant scores. Here comes John. Nobody there to cover. John's going to come in standing, and Ikegami strolls his way to second base.
I gotta say, that's good one thing about the Julian Johns did not even flinch, and really, that's not coach at this level. You got to be able to enter into this game ready to steal those kind of things. That's all reaction, and that comes from tons of time playing. Julian Johns, a veteran of the travel team ball, both at the U12 and U14 level. He's already been to Manila. He's been to Perth. He's been throughout the region. Quite impressive what he's doing out here. Julian, that's some good baseball you're showing us. Small ball at its height.
So Coach Joel for the Panthers calls a quick timeout. He's going to get Jack Burnett in to run for the catcher, Akio Ikegami. That'll give Ikegami a rest as he gets his equipment back on. Number 6, the right fielder R.J. O'Connell now to the plate. So 2-run score on a shortstop to catcher play. Probably score that an error on the catcher. Didn't hold on to it as Milan Pant came in to score, and that led to John being able to stroll in right behind the lost ball. So just outside, Paternak pitching well, but just a couple mistakes here and there by the Bearcats have led the Panthers score 3 runs.
And extremely opportunistic. I got to say, throughout the year, I've seen this Panthers team play a lot, and they made numerous base running errors. It's kind of great to see them come out here and make base running successes.
Oh, O'Connell looks to bunt there, fouls it off the mask of Akita.
Now, again, Coach Joel's not hesitant to bunt with a 1-1 count. I've even seen him with a 1-2 count bunting. So just because RJ's missed the first one does not mean RJ's not bunting the second one. Jack's taking really no lead at all at second.
Not trying to hold him. He's got plenty of room. And he'll take a big secondary league. And a sort of wild swing from O'Connell there as the ball broke away from him. So 2 strikes, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Jack Burnett.
Outfielders are pretty deep. Ball gets to the outfield. Jack should be scoring on a line drive. These guys are really playing deep on RJ.
Akita tries to hold him a little. And late decision by O'Connell and strikes out swinging. So that's the first out of the inning. Good pitching from Paternak. And now the batting lefty, the second baseman, Yunho Kim.
Yunho, a second baseman and specialist, also a pitcher on the team. He comes in looking for his first hit of the tournament.
So Burnett with a big lead. Shortstop goes to cover. Oh, and foul ball. So Paternak quick with the delivery there, just as Naoki Akita was going to cover second for the pickoff. Left a gigantic hole between third and second base.
Jack's not taking enough of a lead to make you the shortstop and second base even look at him, so he's really not concerned at all. Not really sure what that call was. There was noise
outside.
made by the umpire. But it
just
like that
outside, I think, was the call.
I think saying just outside is a little generous.
1 ball, 1 strike to Kim.
I did not see the catcher's glove move.
And the take there for Kim is a strike. So Paternak still pitching really well, really grooving him in there.
Yunho is way up in the box. Almost front foot is out of the box. You don't see it unless you're seeing slow pitch men's softball, which they don't call that stuff.
Slap it to the hole, I think. Look how choked up he is. Oh, but can't get on that heat. And so 2 strikeouts in a row for Paternak.
Next up we got Caden Bernhardt, leadoff hitter. If you look at the coach, there's a pretty good chance he's just going to walk to first. And yes, in fact, he does get the intentional walk.
So this is what we were talking about. Bernard doesn't get a lot of pitches. And this time they don't even look at him and put him on base. Makes sense with the base open, of course. But now Wilson's got to make him pay.
Once upon a time, Caden Bernard had this gentleman batting behind him. We used to make that not possible, but that gentleman decided to move to New England, and now Caden sees he's not pitched to too frequently.
Yep. Means baseball in New Hampshire is better, but certainly we miss those folks over here. So runners on first and second, 2 outs now after 2 Potterneck strikeouts, and here comes Wilson. And a nice little breaking ball catches the inside corner low, and Wilson takes strike 1.
Lucas was very aggressive about the first 2 games, but
yeah,
it seems like the last couple at-bats has been a little gun-shy, but let's see if he gets back that.
Yeah, he's had some good cuts this tournament, so let's see if he's ready to take a swing now.
Huge hole between short and third.
There's the cut we know. Oh! By first baseman James Coster. Lucas Wilson rips one down the first base line, but Coster, all 6'3" of them, able to make the grab.
I gotta say, you gotta like that. That's the kind of line drive hit that you want to push for.
Unhappy about that. Lucas with a great piece of the ball there, just unlucky. Great catch by the first baseman.
I think that's what Lucas needs to get himself back on track. Sometimes you need those more than just the little bloopers to drop in and know that I do have a cut. I can do anything with it.
All right, going into the top of the third inning, Panthers make a defensive substitution. In right field for R.J. O'Connell is now substituted in Jack Burnett, the sophomore. Jack Burnett in right field. You may recall Jack Burnett was running for some other players. As courtesy runners, that does not actually substitute you in. Now Burnett is actually substituted in for R.J. O'Connell. So for the Bearcats, the number 9 batter, third baseman Antonio Zamora.
Back to that courtesy runner situation. Singapore American School only brought 9 players to the tournament. Actually, one was ill on the way, and a few had other things happen over the last week. So they actually, when they used the courtesy runner, they had to find someone else who was currently in the game. We had to make an adjustment for them, but usually go to the guys that are on the bench for the courtesy runner option.
That's a big piece of the ball by Zamora, but John there, plenty of room. Bernard the back up, but can of corn out in left field, and Julian John reels in the first one. So 1 out for Fuji as he faces the top of the order, Koki Akita.
One thing you can watch from the side of the game within the game, you can kind of tell what kind of coaching they have both this year and past years. You see that the right fielder went over to back up his balls from the infields. Caden Bernard in center field is backing up. So that shows not just good coaching this year, but previous years as well. So it's a testament to years of baseball.
And Garcia puts one in the left field. John tracking it. Such a solid outfielder out there. And that's 2 outs. 2 fly balls to left field. Great, certainly solid, easy plays for the Panther outfield. That said, Bearcats starting to get the timing on Fuji. So Mikey Garcia up to the plate now. Garcia struck out in the first inning. And he gets a piece of it. That's going to drop just behind the second baseman. Base hit. Burnett's there. And that'll be a single as Burnett gets it into Pan at the second base. So good hit. Solid single. Well-deserved base knock by Mikey Garcia, the junior. That brings up the senior shortstop, Naoki Akita.
So for good news and bad news for Wataru, good news is he's not really going through a lot of pitches, so he's going to be able to go deep into this game. Bad news is that it looks like they're hitting pretty square every time, so that fear that might have existed in inning 1 and 2 is no longer there.
Oh, breaking ball snaps over the outside corner, and Fuji's got 1 up on Akita. So Akita went to right field last time. You may recall a drop ball in the outfield, so Akita on by error last time. Let's see if he goes right again. Just high, and Garcia
Akita does some
stays at
little bit of
first.
animation. You'll find that Akita is one of those gentlemen that you don't always know exactly what occurred because sometimes the gesticulations are a little bit hyperbolic.
So Fiji has a look over at first. Garcia with a small lead now takes a bigger one. And right back to the pitcher, and Fuji gonna roll it over and run it himself.
That was interesting and not something that we exactly want to see in the future.
So not sure what Wataru Fuji was doing there.
Wataru
running
kind
it
of
himself
outran
at first.
the runner. Some might see that as
A little showmanship, maybe.
so you got to be careful on that because based on the tensions of the running a little bit high, the runner might have a concern. I've actually done that a few times. That's because I don't know how to throw, but I think Wataru actually has that skill. So in the future, you might want to consider
Yeah.
potentially making that throw.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that you don't want to see, but hopefully it won't lead to anything else. Oh, no, this is still Potter. All right, here we go. Bottom of the third inning. Wataru Fuji now up to the plate, and throws a little inside.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. There's potentially that ball was just a little errant throw, but there's also a chance that the antics from the previous inning led to a ball a little inside. That would happen at the pro level. I believe at this level it's probably just an errant throw. I'm sure these kids aren't having any ill thoughts.
Nice breaking ball. Fuji over to the shortstop. Akita's there. He's going to have to throw it. And throw it he does, and just in time. So, same thing. I think Akita held on to the ball a little bit just for a little bit of showmanship, and then gave a little point at Fuji afterwards. That's not the kind of thing you want to have happen.
Yeah, so that's concerned right now. Now we've got a shortstop pointing at Wataru, and that's kind of not exactly what IASIS is at all. No. So hopefully the coaches settle him down, and it looks like
hopefully that'll resolve it now, and we can get back to playing baseball. All right, so Stephen Papp's up to the plate now. Papp's grounded out to the shortstop for a double play in the last time up. Foul ball off the back screen. So 1 out in the bottom of the third. Panthers holding on to a 3-0 lead. Stephen Papp's up with one.
Stephen Papp's came into the championship game with a .364 batting average. He's got 6 RBIs on the weekend. He's been strong in stretches, and then the previous game had a little bit of struggle. So he's also similar to Lucas Wilson, looking to get back on track. But he showed the first day and a half he was on fire. So he's hoping that fire reignites.
Nice pitch by Potternack, strike 2, and they're going to come outside with this one. And Paps drills one up the middle, base knock up the middle, out of the reach of the second baseman.
On his way over to first, Steven Shadow with the lead. That's exactly what he needs. Confidence back. Rest of the game is under his control. That's all you really need in baseball. It's part of the biggest part of baseball is managing when you're unsuccessful. All of Famers are unsuccessful 2 out of 3 times. So if you cannot get upset about that, you can play baseball for a very, very long time.
Runner on first base. Paps takes the lead. The freshman Milan Pant now up to the plate. Potternack has a look and delivers just outside.
Milan again coming with a .647 on-base percentage. This gentleman is not afraid to see the pitch he wants, and even if it's just a little bit off the corner, he's not going to swing. So very, very patient.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see a bunt here. Just got a signal from the third base coach. Yep, there's the bunt call, and strike. Nice pitch from Potternack, not phased at all by the bunt. So timeout called by the Bearcats coach. Just checking on the pitch count for Potternack. So Paternak at pitch count 138. He's got 12 pitches left as he hopes to finish out the third. 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike on Milan Pant. Stephen Paps at first base. Panthers holding a 3-0 lead.
So this is really going to be the difference. Paternak wants to see as far as he can get in this inning because there's a chance that there's a fall-off between their number one workhorse with 138 pitches and their second pitcher. So I don't know that for sure, but usually it's tough to go 3, 4, 5 deep in this tournament, and that really what separates the great teams from the very good teams.
So 1 ball and 1 strike thrown, and Paternak now 2 balls, 2 strikes is the count.
Very tough. Milan with a lot of reaction.
Thought it was high, but he's got to get that out of his mind now and focus on the at-bat.
Now watch this next, and hopefully if it's not close, which umpires sometimes pay back that with a call that might be off the corners. Let's hope the umpire is still calling it straight up.
And gets him swinging. So strike 3. Nice pitch by Paternak. And 2 outs. Maybe Paternak can get out of this inning, unless Julian John has something to say otherwise.
So, third baseman sees Julian Johns. Third baseman comes in a bunch of steps. I mean, we're talking a lot of steps.
Yeah, so John got on base with a single last time on a bunt down the third base line. That was just last inning, and he's already up.
Julian was batting over 700, and this was line drive doubles to right field, bunts. So, I mean, Julian had an incredible first day. Shows he does have power at all fields.
First pitch is low, ball 1. 2 outs, runner on first base. Pap's not a big base stealer, but with 2 outs, he'll be a little bit more aggressive. And strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Julian John. He showed bunt there, but took away, pitch right up the middle. So given the green light now to swing away.
Some Jones got in his repertoire as the fake bunt with a slash hit. With that third baseman running in like that, it'll go right over his head. And Julian's got that kind of back control.
Yeah. So a big hole between short and third. And John swings high at a pitch up by his chin to 1 ball, 2 strikes. So John good at hitting to the opposite field, and he's got a big gap there on the left field line. Let's see if he can go there. Paternak might come with the breaking stuff this time, though.
Think left field, Mr. Johns. You got yourself a hit. Oh, and he holds
high,
up.
No swing.
And the catcher decides to run as fast as he can to the dugout, but really that's not how you get the umpire to...
John definitely didn't come around.
It's funny you say theatrical. It's wonderful these kids are showcasing their cultural convention skills as well as their sports skills. You don't see those kind of triple, double threats out on the field here. So incredible theatrics for a few players.
2 outs. And John drives
home. Oh, we got speed issue here. Let's see if Joey can round it. Julian's going to beat this out.
And Garcia bobbles it. Oh, and Paps gets caught out in the middle. This could end the inning here. Oh, he's in safe with a poor throw from Garcia. So Paps was dead in the water, overran second thinking the inning was over, and got caught out in the middle. Lucky Garcia threw one into the dirt, and now it all works out, Panthers.
What I got to say, as a coach, that's important. You kind of want those kind of base runners to be punished a little bit so that they don't happen again. But it looks like fortune favors the Panthers tonight. So I got a feeling it might happen on the other end. So looks like Panthers got this one, and let's see if they can take advantage of it because those gifts aren't given too often. Pops was clearly picked off between second and third.
So Paternak was hoping to get out of the inning there with his pitch count, but now he's getting close. So Coach Joel having a quick talk to his runners. This is something you don't see in the major leagues, but
there isn't a rule about offensive timeouts, and Coach Joel does like to actually utilize that element. So at this point in time, they're having a conversation. It might be just see if you got deep and go in the count, but more. There's a chance that Julian Johns, he's been known to just take off right now, try to get the pitcher to think about something, but not so sure if the gentleman on third base will be able to react to Julian. But Julian's going to make something happen first. Let's see what he makes happen. He's taking a pretty substantial lead. First base not covering them all.
Wild swing by Ikegami. So 2 outs, runners on the corners. Paternak looking to finish off his pitch count here, and the catcher Akio Ikegami up at the plate.
First baseman not covering
huge
Julian Johns
lead
at all.
by John. First Coster not even looking at him, and John will go for second, and he'll just stroll in as Akita holds it to prevent the run from scoring.
Catcher's indifference on that one. You'll rarely see that throw down. I'm hoping you have a chance to see Akio do that. He's not afraid, the IC Panthers catcher, of making that toss down there and hoping that his second baseman or shortstop return the favor.
1 ball, 1 strike now, 2 outs, runners at second and third. You got to think John's off at the crack of the bat and might score on a base hit. No, just outside. So count 2-1. Manila dugout wanted that one.
Paternak getting dangerously close to his 150 pitch limit. If Akio could take this a couple more pitches, we might be seeing a visit from the coach. We will be seeing a visit from the coach.
Oh, so far ahead of that breaking ball.
Those of you familiar with the Nichidatani area, there's a chance that a window over at Villa Market just got knocked out.
Yeah, all you cricketers out there, he turned on that one, and that would have been a 6 for sure. Too bad the field's only got 90 degrees here in a baseball diamond.
And again, if you're unfamiliar with that sport, you can look up cricket on Google to find out a little more about the rules.
Oh, gets him swinging at the high heat, and Paternak gets himself out of the inning. 2 runners stranded by the Panthers, and nice pitching, 2 strikeouts by Paternak. That'll end of his time, but he had, in 3 innings, 5 strikeouts from the freshman Jacob Paternak. All right, welcome back. We're in the top of the 4th inning, and Fuji's still on the mound. Before we get started in this inning with first baseman James Coster, just wanted to shout out quick thank yous to so many who put the tournament on. First of all, for the great live broadcast, CJ Armitage and Mike Rutherford have just done an amazing production. You should see the tech that's gone into this, and the cameramen and women that have just done a great job. My producer here is Maggie, directed by CJ Armitage for the final game. So shout out to all of them and their tech team. Great production value for the final, so thank you very much. Thank you to all the commentators who've helped out throughout the tournament, boys and girls field. I'd like to welcome David John to the booth. Joining me, Eric Burnett's gone to the live PA call.
Hey, partner, it's good to be here. Coming in as a relief pitcher for Eric as he takes on another duty. Great to be field side.
Great to have you. So, 1 strike on Coster, and high pop-up to the shortstop. Looks like Pant's going to come in on it. Freshman a little nervous there, looking for other people, but then realized, wait, I'm the shortstop. I've got to play this ball.
Tough playing the lights there, Dennis.
Yep, yeah, you're right. The lights now are dark. I don't know what it looks like to you guys online, but certainly we're at full nighttime here in Bangkok, and the lights bright in the eyes for the infield. So Paternak puts one high on the third base line. Could go foul, and it does, out of play. Paternak pitched a great for 3 innings, 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk in 3 innings. 1 earned run, 3 runs, though, given up, and off a couple errors. And now Paternak trying to help his own cause out at the plate. Ooh, Fuji almost catches the inside corner there, but doesn't. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'll do it now. Yeah. Or you want to? You do it. We haven't done it yet.
Yeah, Jake wanted to make sure we gave a shout out to Grandma Diane and Aunt Brenda in Vancouver. Probably a lot cooler there than it is here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us and watching the broadcast. Oh, big cut by Potternack. 2 strikes now.
2-2 count. What do you think Wataru's going to go with here, Dennis?
I feel like so far what I've seen in the game is he's come with a breaking ball in these situations.
Looks like he came with a little bit of high heat there.
Yeah, he did, for sure. You're absolutely right. And Potternack fights it off. So 1 out, 2-2 count. Fuji in command of this game so far. Potternack now trying to stay alive and get something going for the Bearcats. That one's in the dirt, full count.
Setting an IASIS 2019 record here with 123 viewers currently watching us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us from all over the world. Sorry that we have the chat feature disabled, but unfortunately early in the tournament we had some discussions that didn't fit the theme. So high fly ball to John. Now it's nowhere near the fence and John's going to reel that one in. So Julian just so solid out there in left field. No trouble at all with that can of corn.
Yeah, been a lot of action out there in left field, but he's held up so far tonight.
Yeah, some real solid contact by the Bearcats, but just maybe a little bit up too high up in the air, and John's not had trouble with any of them. So the Honte Yulo, the designated hitter, now up for the Bearcats. Nice low strike from Fuji, strike 1 on Yulo. So while we're at it here, thanks to all the people who put on the tournament, the field crew, B&G crew, Derek Quinnett and his athletics office team. Ball inside, breaking ball just misses the corner. Thanks to all of them and the boosters for their terrific leadership and looking after the teams with the coolers of drinks and the booster hut. Just been an amazing tournament hosted by IS Bangkok. Just outside, so count goes 2-1 from Fuji.
Hitters count here.
Late swing by Yulo, fouls it off behind the first base dugout. So 22 the count now. And last time, what did we see? Fuji went with the high heat last time in this situation.
Yeah, a lot of deuces across
Shakes
that scoreboard.
off a couple signals. And gets him swinging.
A lot of animation there with Wataru.
So that's the 4th strikeout of the game in 4 innings by Wataru Fuji. And going into the bottom of the 4th, the score, Bearcats 0, Panthers 3. Oh. Bearcats with a new pitcher to start the fourth, or the bottom of the fourth, that is. Naoki Akita, the senior, on the mound. And batting now, the sophomore substitute right fielder Jack Burnett in to bat. His first at bat of this game. Comes high heat at the chin and misses, ball one.
Yeah, nice to see Akita on the mound. He was on the mound last year for the championship game.
Strike right up the middle. 1-1 in the count. The brothers will talk about that later tonight. And Koki throwing it right over his brother's head. Oh, big cut by Burnett. And that's 2 strikes. Good swing by Burnett there. Nice cut. But Akita maybe just bringing a little too much heat.
Yeah, let's see what the Jackrabbit can do with the 1-2 count.
And strikeout swinging for Jack Burnett. Good pitching by Naoki Akita to start the bottom of the fourth. Ooh, substitution. Pinch hitter Trent Sadowski now coming in to bat for Yunho Kim. And Akita bringing the heat. Big cut by Sadowski. Starts off your balls, 1 strike. Bearcat fans getting into it. It's getting loud back here. Oh, Sadowski shows bunt, pulls back just in time. Ball, 1 strike. Timeout called. Third baseman Zamora got to tie his shoe.
Yeah, really looking forward to see what Trent's going to do at the plate. He's got his signature lettuce flowing. 1-1 delivery.
And high. Psowski pulls back bunt, and so 2 balls, 1 strike.
What you feeling so far, partner, on the balls and strike calls that we're getting tonight?
It's been interesting. Actually, the low outside ball that's been a strike for most of the tournament hasn't been called today. So it's been a much tighter zone for the championship. Misses on the breaking ball, and that's 31. Oh, brings the heat there. Foul tip by Sadowski. So full count now. He'll be swinging away. Oh, breaking ball just snaps right over the plate.
Buckled the knees on that one. That was filthy.
Yeah. So 2 strikeouts and 2 batters for Naoki Akita, the senior. And now the top of the order, Caden Bernard up. Looks like they're gonna pitch to him because they're backing the outfield up.
Yeah, let's see if they pitch to him this time.
Yeah, nobody on 2 outs. Worth the risk here. Minimal damage can be done. Big cut by Bernard. Foul ball.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to punch it into right field with that cut, partner. I think he was looking for something a little hardier.
Didn't look like a slap single to you?
I don't think so. Put all the strength of those legs behind that one.
0-1 to Bernard. Oh, gets him fishing on a ball in the dirt. So nice pitch by Akita. And 0-2 the count to Bernard.
Yeah, the tech people tell us we got a viewer in Winter Park, Florida. I'm assuming that's Caden's sister. Big hello to you.
Oh, breaking ball high, bends around, and the ump liked what he saw. Strikeout looking for Caden Bernard. So Akita comes in and strikes out the side. 2 swinging and 1 looking. And the Bearcats go into the top of the 5th inning, down 3. I feel like at any time this game could open up for the Bearcats. All right, here we go. Top of the 5th inning. Bearcats with only 6 outs to go to make up this 3-run deficit. Fuji still on the mound for the Panthers.
Yeah, he still looks strong. I imagine they're going to ride him out. I think he's got plenty of pitches as well.
Peterson slaps one down. Looks like it's going to bounce foul. Paps takes it just right of the first base.
Even on that foul ball, Peterson shows off that patented speed.
Here comes Fuji. 0-1 to Peterson. Look, shows bunt, pulls back and just high and inside. So, if Peterson listens to the fans, he'll either hit it, rip it, or knock it out.
Yeah, for those of you listening at home, don't worry. There's no one being hurt behind us. That's just the Manila fans really bringing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Always some of the great fans at our ISS tournaments. And bunt attempt by Peterson, fouled off the back screen. So now the count 1-2 to Peterson. Probably not going to bunt here. Peterson known for his slap hits into the infield and using his lightning speed.
Pitchers count.
And gets him swinging at the high heat.
Yeah, he was behind on that one.
So 3 strikeouts in a row for Fuji. Ended the last inning and started this one with K's. And now the left fielder, Philip Atkinson. Again, big gap down the left field line here. Atkinson fouled a couple off down that side last time. Just outside. Atkinson takes a couple signals from the coach. Again, big gap down the left field line. Just outside again. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, they're playing him with the shift. I would imagine it'd work on the inside of the part of the plate with this defense in place, but in the outfield at least.
Yeah, for sure. And I haven't seen Atkinson get around on Fuji yet. Fuji, pretty quick pitcher. Feels like, if anything, Atkinson's going to be late on this. Oh, just inside. So, one of those was a strike earlier, so. Oh, no, it is 3-0. So the scoreboard wrong. We had it right. 3-0 the count to Philip Atkinson. Oh, green light given to Atkinson, and he fouls it off. So 3 balls, 1 strike, the count. Atkinson struck out looking his first time at the plate this game.
Yeah, but he's really hit the ball pretty well in this tournament. I imagine he's looking to get a hold of one right here.
Oh, just inside and misses the inside corner. So Fuji with his second walk of the game. And now the Bearcats have a runner on. Third baseman Antonio Zamora to the plate now. Koki Akita on deck. The freshman doesn't even take the shin guards off, not showing a lot of confidence in his teammates when there's only one out.
Maybe he just likes to protect the shins.
Yeah, maybe he's worried about an errant foul ball over on the on-deck circle.
Safety first there out of Akita. You don't see that with the youngsters these days.
All right, so Zamora up. Fuji with an early strike. Atkinson with a big lead off of first. Fuji comes throwing, and Paps holds on to it, but Atkinson back in time. So nice move by Fuji, but Atkinson read it and got back in time. So
Yeah,
a little bit
really
smaller lead now.
He really fired it over there.
Right back, but Atkinson, much smaller lead there. No problem getting back that time. Great pitch by Fuji, and that's a quick 0-2 count on Zamora. Zamora flew out to the left fielder Julian John to start the third inning. Big cut by Zamora, and he's struck out. So 2 strikeouts this inning for Fuji, 1 walk, runner on first base, and up to the plate comes the catcher, freshman Koki Akita.
Looks like Coach Stack's got a little piece of athletic tape on one of his shoes there.
Oh, no.
Like
The classic.
like a rhythm gymnastics there.
Feel like that may have been a dugout prank on Coach Wade there, but he's dragging the piece of tape.
That's classic.
Yeah.
You think Spencer Weil was in the dugout with that move?
Good work over there by the Panthers. All right, so top of the order now for the Bearcats. 1 runner on, 2 outs, and Atkinson takes his lead at first. Fuji to Koki Akita. Here comes the delivery. Down low, gets by Ikigami, but nope, he's able to get it quick, and Atkinson plays it safe and holds it first. Bearcats know they need more than one here, so they're not going to take any undue risks on the base paths. Oh, just misses Fuji on the outside. I think that's the ball we've seen called strikes all week. And
Absolutely, partner. Yeah, we've seen that consistently called a strike, and as you point out, not tonight. The rules are different.
that time, they still like the high strike though, and that time up by the shoulders, called first strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike the count, 2 outs, runner on first base. Fuji facing the freshman Koki Akita. Ah, big heat.
Here we go again. A lot of deuces on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
So shout out to our fans watching in every country around the world, including Kathmandu, Nepal. Thanks for tuning in. Love to know the baseball reaches the Himalayas. So just misses on the outside again, and now the count full to Koki Akita.
Yeah, it's one of the things I love about this IASIS. You get pockets of baseball around the world that pop up.
Time called by the umpire as Akita steps out of the box. So count full. First base coach just asking for some confirmation.
Yeah, namaste.
Comes high and no too high. So walks Akita, second walk of the inning. It's all been pitcher stuff this inning as Fuji goes strikeout, walk, strikeout, walk.
Yeah, tying run coming up to the plate. Mikey Garcia.
So Mikey Garcia, the second baseman, now steps to the plate. And there's going to be a runner, Tambuting, coming in for Koki Akita to run at first base.
Yeah, courtesy runner for the.
So Emilio Tambating in as a courtesy runner for the catcher. And now runners on first and second, 2 out. Burnett playing second base now with Trent Sadowski out in right field. Oh, again, just misses on the outside low corner. And Fuji down 1-0 in the count to Garcia. That time, that's got to be a strike. Grooved one in. Garcia, not sure why he took on that one. Fuji with the breaking ball, just missing. He's having a little trouble with the control on the breaker. Curveball not catching the plate at all. So 2-1 the count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Bearcats down 3 here with the tying run at the plate. And grounder back to the pitcher. Oh, Fuji, a little casual with it. And dead ball called. What did it hit the plate?
Yeah, I think so. It must hit the batter. It hits a plate and goes in fair. That's still a fair ball.
Oh, okay. So
home plate's in fair territory.
Well, the pitcher Fuji seemed to just not react to it, so he must have known something we didn't see, because he knew right away that he didn't have to chase that ball. So Garcia now asks for time. 2-2 the count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Burnett trying to hold the runner. Fuji not even looking at him. Burnett goes back to his position. And now Fuji has a look. Small lead on second. Now he takes a bigger one. Brings the heat and strikes him out. 3 strikeouts for Fuji on the mound. You got to think that dominant performance is going to earn him the nickname Mount Fuji.
All right, welcome back. While we were away, they had John Denver coming over the airways, a little "Take Me Home, Country Roads."
Yeah, that's a big song in the middle school. It's our collective full middle school song, so kids know it well.
What's your favorite John Denver song, partner?
Got to say, that's probably it. Maybe Take Me Home, Leaving on a Jet Plane. Wilson drives one to right field, base knock. You'll recall Wilson drove one to right field last time, and it was robbed by the first baseman, James Coster. So Wilson with some great contact on the ball today, and nice single to lead off the fifth.
Looks like we have an offensive timeout here by the Panthers.
Yeah, Coach Doyle, known for his offensive timeouts, likes to talk to the runners. All right, back from the timeout, and Wilson on first base. Nice leadoff single. After Akita struck out the side last inning, Wilson establishes some offense, and now Fuji to the plate. Inside, ball 1 for Fuji.
Yeah, our tech department tells us we're up to 145 viewers. Thanks, everyone out there watching.
Whoa, that was a nice pitch from Makita. Umpire thought it was just a little too low.
Had some chili on it too. You could really hear that glove snap.
Well, there was a little bit of a visual altercation between Akita and Fuji earlier after Fuji ran him out at first base. So Akita got a little extra zip on his pitches against Fuji, I think. Fuji fouls it off down the right field line, and quickly the count 2-1, sorry, to Fuji.
Yeah, Japan versus Japan here with this matchup. Coach Joel giving a sign there.
Could be the hit and run here. Wilson going to take a small lead. Akita may try to keep him back at first. No, he delivers home. And a bunt down by Fuji. And Akita tags him out. So no love lost between Akita and Fuji. And
oh, he was going in to give him a hug there. Wasn't quite sure what was happening there, but that's a classic giving a hug, just letting someone know that I'm with you.
Yeah, so no love lost there, but pitcher takes it unassisted. The sacrifice works, though, and Wilson now at second base. So hopefully that'll become a backstory now as Stephen Paps steps to the plate. One out. Lucas Wilson with a huge lead on second base. Nobody even making the attempt to hold him on. High and ball one. So a little thank you and shout out to the boys in blue. Umpire's done a great job all tournament. Let's just like to thank umpire Fu and his crew for the great work they've done for the past 3 days. High towering fly ball to center field from Paps. Wilson's going to tag up and caught in center field by Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, nice play by Patrick Peterson in the lights. Never easy. That ball really was up in the atmosphere.
So great job by the coaches here, keeping things civil on the field and making sure their players calm down. And now the freshman Milan Pant comes to the plate. 2 outs. Lucas Wilson on second base. Big lead. Nobody holding him. Lucas Wilson's going to go. Hit and run was on, but foul ball by Milan Pant. So 0-1 the count. 2 outs. Still a 3-0 lead for the Panthers. Bearcats keeping it within reach. Panthers would love an extra run here. And big quick pitch from Akita. So 0-2 the count to Pant.
Yeah, high heat. Couldn't catch up with it.
Pant reaches for the high one and fouls it off over the first base dugout.
Yeah, that's in the swamp behind us. That's one for the snakes in there.
And a pop-up down the first base line, and Coster is there. So that'll end the inning. And going into the last 3 outs for the Bearcats, the Panthers lead 3-0. 3 for the championship. You may recall All right, here we go. Top of the 6th inning. Last 3 outs for the Bearcats. And Wataru Fuji still on the mound. 3 years ago, you may recall, it was the Bearcats who had the lead going into the late innings, and a miraculous comeback was made by the Panthers. So this time, Bearcats looking for a comeback of their own. Naoki Akita, the senior, now up to the plate. Akita tips his hat to Fuji, the pitcher. Tip of the hat. Fuji gives him the hat tip back. Great stuff from the 2 Japanese athletes. And here we go to lead off the top of the 6th inning. Last chances for the Bearcats, down 3. Fuji comes big and Akita answers. Base knock by Naoki Akita, the senior. Gets it started. He's pumped up. First pitch comes in high and Akita drills one to center field.
Yeah, he's fired up on first base, partner. Definitely trying to get his team to follow suit.
Yeah. So the cleanup batter, James Coster, the first baseman. Coster 0 for 2 today, so maybe due for a base knock. Struck out looking and popped up to the shortstop.
James had a great tournament. I imagine he also is looking for a little bit of fame here.
Yeah, for sure. Hit well all tournament, and Fuji just keeping Akita honest. So Akita stretches the lead a little bit further and delivers the home. Fuji, strike 1 to Coster.
Yeah. Uncle Charlie there to open them off. Got a big crowd forming there down the third base line, Dennis.
Fuji comes low and no, too low, I guess. Ump didn't like what he saw, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Akita not testing the arm of Ikegami. They know they need more than just the 1 run. Can't afford to get caught stealing now. Fuji just keeping Akita honest. Doesn't want to waste a throw over to first. So R.J. O'Connell over at first base. Oh, sorry, Alex Holsky. Sorry. My fault. I should have known with the lefty glove. So my vision bad through the fencing there, and Alex Holsky has entered the game as a defender at first base. So we've got Holsky at first, Burnett at second, Pant at short, Wilson at third. In the outfield, it's John, Bernhard, and Sadowski. Behind the plate, we've got Ikegami, and still on the mound, going for the complete game, Wataru Fuji. Breaking ball, Coster tries to stay on it, breaks away, and Coster fouls it off.
Yeah, Fuji's having a great game on the bump. Looks like he's been coached by one of our old pitching coaches, Ken Bloomberg. I don't know if you're out there, Ken, but big hello to you.
And another slider there, and Coster fouls it off, stays alive. So the count 1-2, no outs, runner on first base for the Bearcats. Looking to mount their last attack here, down 3-0. Fuji shakes off a couple signals. Yep, likes what he sees now and goes into the motion. Fuji brings the heat and strikes him out looking.
Yeah, James didn't like it, but it looked good from this vantage point.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly with 2 strikes in the 6th inning, you got to be a little bit more protective than that. So tough strikeout for Coster. He's had a good tournament for sure. And that brings up with 1 out the starter of the game, Jake Paternak. Paternak, high fly ball between second base and right field. Burnett goes out. Burnett makes a great catch. Backing up onto a great catch by the second baseman, Jack Burnett, who substituted in the game midway through.
Yeah, he really went deep into right field with that snow cone. Nice grab there.
And that is a big out for the Panthers because now, with only 1 runner on, no runs on the board, and 2 outs, the DH designated hitter Honte Yulo comes up to the plate. Big out for the Panthers, and now Panthers 1 out away from IASIS Gold. Getting goosebumps over here. Always love to get close to the end. Breaking ball just breaks inside, and the steal attempt safe for Quito. Risky move by the Bearcats, stealing second base.
Yeah, the tension in this crowd and in here at Reinsch Field, it's fantastic. Great baseball drama.
Yeah, big call by the Bearcats to steal there. Certainly get caught stealing and you take the bat out of the hands of their designated hitter with 2 outs. It's a tough call. So, last out on hand for the Bearcats now. No balls, no strikes to Yulo. Yulo fouls it off. Oh no, there should be 1 ball. So yeah, 1 ball, 1 strike now on the count. So Akita in scoring position, but still no score yet for the Bearcats. Panthers with a comfortable 3-0 lead. Crowd packed now as all the ISS athletes have lined the fences and the stands.
Yeah, the atmosphere is electric.
Yeah, Panthers looking for back-to-back titles here. 2 outs, love to win the home gold as well. High fly ball, just out of play down the right field line. Hey, did Singapore girls win earlier? Singapore girls win earlier? Singapore girls? Earlier this afternoon, SAS Eagles girls fast pitch softball team won the gold medal over Taipei American School Tigers. Taipei had a great tournament. They ended up hopefully proud of their silver medal. Singapore Eagles, certainly the pride of the tournament, winning the gold. Here on the boys' field, Reinsch Field, Fuji now with 2 strikes, looking to finish things off. And comes high, ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Akita doing everything he can in the back to distract Fuji as he delivers the ball.
Yeah, it wasn't working there, although Fuji came high with that pitch. Here we go. 2
All right.
strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs.
High breaking ball misses. Full count now. Doesn't get any better than this. Full count, two outs. Runner on second base. Panthers at home looking to seal up the IASUS gold medal for 2019. Ikegami gives a signal to Fuji and he goes into the motion. Kita goes and he gets him swinging, and that's it. ISB wins the gold. ISB wins the gold on a strikeout by Wataru Fuji. Panthers champions again. And the crowd mobs the Panthers on the field. Panthers go 6-0 for the IASUS 2019 tournament. Hugs all around, and the tunnel starting to form. Congratulations, IS Bangkok, on a wonderful tournament. ISM, well done to the Manila Bearcats. Congratulations to the seniors for the Manila Bearcats on their final IASUS game. Naoki Akita, Monte Yulo, Antonio Zamora. Congratulations on your final IASUS game. You played well. Congratulations to the seniors for Bangkok Panthers as well. Alexander Holsky, Trenton Sadowski, Stephen Paps, RJ O'Connell. Congratulations to the seniors on their final games. To all IASUS participants, wonderful tournament all around. And ISB Panthers, well done, gold medal. Ice bath a little bit earlier from the Gatorade or the Igloo cooler. So Manila Bearcats running through the tunnel as well. Congratulations, Bearcats. Wonderful tournament for you. Congratulations again to all players from the Bearcats and their coaches, and in particular the seniors who finish out the tournament, playing great baseball and just short of the gold this year. So Wataru Fuji throws a complete game. Nine strikeouts in 6 innings. And certainly unhittable. Throws the complete game shutout to win the gold medal. Well done to the sophomore. Still 2 more years of IASUS baseball from him. So the Panthers enjoy their celebration and they clear the third base line. And O'Connell with a victory lap around the bases. So congratulations to the seniors. Here comes O'Connell with his lap.